That's what it is. Jesus, this chair. Alright, now we'll do it. I'm so stupid. I'm just probably not even gonna play music. Critter only. So slow, Jesus. Guys, make sure to hit the like button while you're in here. It helps you grow out a lot. You'll listen to some true crime things.
We're driving. Yep.
I won't get copyrighted for that.
Yeah. Change up a little bit. Is the with ya? Okay. We got a warrant for your arrest, buddy. Put your hands behind your back. Are you serious? Okay.
It was mid-spring, and on the endless plains of southern Michigan, it's farmland as far as the eye can see. On one of those particular farms, a Lenawee County Sheriff's deputy had arrived, as there had been a report of a woman going missing. He met the woman's husband, and he, for one, wasn't sure what to make of it. But as we see time and time again, the amount of lies in this story could jam a wood chipper. Hey you, and welcome. My name is Mike, and in this sole video, we are looking at the story of a woman who vanished from her home.
What's everyone up to
was saying
tonight?
she'd gone into the unknown, and no one was known where that was. Other people would say, come on now. You know, people often talk about the banality of evil. You know, that the real monsters are not these mustachio-twirling madmen. They're regular born-ass folk like you and I. Or, well, I, at least. This dipshit takes that to a new level. The basement level. Let's give it a go. To begin with the where, as in where do these people get off doing these horrifying things? That is Franklin Township in southern Michigan.
Oh god.
It's basically a big square made up of farmland and fields, and it's surrounded on all sides by more of the same. It's the sort of place where simply just by, you know, the very nature of being there, You're lost, though let's not say that in front of the 3,000 people who call it home. One of those 3,000 people back in 2021 was D. Anna Warner, born D. Anna Hardy on January 1st, 1968. The story of D, it's a tragic one. It's a story of feeling as lost as Franklin Township, of feeling confined by the endless grasslands and fields, and how easy it is to disappear into them. It was April 25th, 2021, when a 911 call was made to the Lenawee County Sheriff's Department. Dee Warner, she had gone missing, leaving behind questions about every aspect of her life. That very morning, one of Dee's kids, and she had 5 of them, was rocking up to Dee Warner's home in Lenawee County. It was a Sunday morning, and Dee and Raquel would always have Sunday morning breakfast together, except Raquel noticed something was off right away. She hadn't been answering any of her texts to confirm their plans, and Dee was someone who answered every text and called if she didn't. She was extremely
So what
close
y'all
with her
up to
kids and
tonight?
stayed in contact at all times. Raquel also noticed that one of Dee's cars was there parked at the farm office, which was close to the house. Her other car in the garage, so she hadn't driven off somewhere. No Dee, though, whatsoever. Raquel then started wandering around the area, the farm, to see if she was out and about. Her cars were here, so she likely was too. It was then she spotted Dale Warner, Dee's husband and Raquel's stepdad. He was out on the farm with the fertilizer, working hard, as he always was. He didn't know where his wife was, though. He had seen her that very morning and assumed she was still sleeping inside. They went down the road. Dee's brother Greg, he was a neighbor. He hadn't seen hide nor hair of her either. No one knew where she was. Now, folks, let me talk to you for a minute about something I care deeply about. That's you. And it goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway.
Yeah,
Will we
she
even
was
be
found
grown
murdered
adults
inside her
with some
husband's fuel
mysterious
tank.
pain just showing up one day saying,
I'm here now.
how about that doctor's appointment you're supposed to make but never did? That mole you were meant to get checked out that turned into a little molehill? Or how about that 6-month appointment at the dentist you never made? It can be frustrating to make a medical appointment, from wait times to insurance to availability. As you get older, you gotta prioritize your health more and more. You gotta make time for those appointments and be proactive about them. The doctor ain't gonna book themselves, and you gotta nip those things in the bud. And we all would if there was an easy way to do it. But finding the right doctor shouldn't be that hard. That's where today's sponsor, ZocDoc, comes in. ZocDoc is a free website that makes booking a healthcare appointment ridiculously easy. You can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for you,
Very
read
Chris
verified
Watts.
patient reviews, and book an appointment instantly. No awkward phone calls, no being put
That
on
was
hold,
really
no
okay.
stress. Whether you're looking for somebody to take a look at that weird mole you have, talk to about mental health support, your chompers, your bum wing, all your bits and bobs, you name it, ZocDoc has over 100,000 providers across nearly every specialty. With ZocDoc, you can filter for doctors who take your insurance, who are located nearby, and who are highly rated by verified patients. Best of all, you can actually see which doctors have open appointments with real-time availability. It's important to work with a doctor who listens, who knows what they're talking about, and who you can trust. We've all been there. You want someone who can calm your...
Hello, this is Dr.
Whoops.
Grande. Today I will analyze the case of
Oh my god, I
caution,
did not mean to
young
click
Meg.
that guy.
every specialty. With ZocDoc, you can filter for doctors who take your insurance, who are located
Fair
nearby,
bits
and
and
who are
bobs,
highly
yeah.
rated by verified patients. Best of all, you can actually see which doctors have open appointments with real-time availability. It's important to work with a doctor who listens, who knows what they're talking about, and who you can trust. We've all been there. You want someone who can calm your fears, take you seriously, and make sure you are in tip-top shape. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast. And it was surrounded by tissues, almost as if somebody had been chapter, or click the link in the description to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor to Dale and Dee's house, right? And Dale said
Okay.
he had last seen his wife asleep
Back to this.
on the couch, in the living room, which was at the rear of the home, but there was nobody there now. There was a blanket on the couch, and it was surrounded by tissues, almost as if somebody had been, laid up on the couch with the flu or something like that. Dale said he had seen her there that morning on the couch, sawing wood, before he went out to start working on the farm. Looking
let me
around
grab a
further
drink.
in the house, they saw that Dee's makeup bag was missing, and they couldn't find neither her phone nor passport in the home either. So missing those things you would need to get far, far away, had she done just that? Well, see, the thing was, Dee had 4 kids, from her previous marriage, right? And they were all grown adults. Then she married Dale, and they together had another child, a daughter who's only 9 years of age. And Dee was extremely close with all of her kids, and so she would never have left the minor child, her 9-year-old daughter, like alone. Dee wouldn't just abandon her, not when she was so close with all of her kids. That young daughter, by the way, the 9-year-old, was at a sleepover this particular weekend. What was weird, though, and kind of struck out immediately, was that leading to the door at the rear of the home, where the couch was, there was tracks, like tire tracks, leading up to that door, which then the couch would have been right inside. Now, Dale had no idea what those tracks were. It looked like either a truck, a jeep, or a tractor had pulled up to the door, perhaps when Dee is sleeping, and then she vanished. They didn't know what to do, and so they called the people who would. A sheriff's deputy showed up that very evening.
Alright, so I hear your wife is missing? Well, I don't know if she's missing or if she just left, so. Okay, she had an altercation with one of our employees, 2 of them. Yesterday, last night, she was really upset. She was talking a lot of bad things as far as employees. The one employee decided to quit. She comes and talking about killing herself, taking off and leaving. Okay. But she had COVID 3 weeks ago. She just got over COVID like a week or so ago. She ain't acting right since. Her glands are swollen. She's like got an infection. And she's got migraines. And last night she's coming down with a real bad migraine. So she's got some migraine pills in there she takes. She took quite a few of those, and then she finally basically passed out on the couch, went to sleep, and got her calmed down. I thought, that was close to midnight when she finally went to sleep. I had to leave bed, and I had to get up in the morning. Right. So she was sleeping on the couch, and then this morning around 6 o'clock, I got up. She was snoring away. I was going to wake her up.
The deputy spoke to Dale, who said he had seen her that very morning. In fact, Dee had spent the night before on the couch, hence the blankets, and they had actually fought the night before. Fought over some of the employees on the farm. Dee had actually been texting a couple of her other employees the previous day over this one guy who had quit. Dee vanished on a Sunday. The Saturday before, numerous people were actually quite concerned about Dee, because she was very upset over this employee who had just quit. They had had a big argument. It had been like pretty mega, tears had been flying, shouts, curses, the whole kit and caboodle. And then, the next day Dee vanishes. That's not quite a coincidence. She was even texting her other employees how to block. Like, how do you block this employee from the Facebook page? Because Dee was not very tech savvy. So that happens, then she vanishes. Weird.
I texted her and she didn't answer, so I figured, well, she's still sleeping, she's not answering. Raquel called me, her daughter, Stephanie called me, said Raquel called her, she can't find her mom. And I said, she's at the house, she's sitting there laying on the couch. Excuse me, so she couldn't find her, and then I called Raquel, and I says, your mom's not there? She was just there, when I was there an hour or two ago. She said, no, she's not here. Well, nobody get hold of her. What does that mean? I says,
Dale confirmed that she had been very emotional the day before. That's sort of kind of why they were arguing. She'd also been quite under the weather lately. She had had a fierce dose of vitamin D. She'd been having migraines, hence why she had been sleeping on the couch.
And she's gone. She took all her bags. So somebody picked her up. So she's with someone somewhere. Do you know of anybody who? I don't. They called everybody to, like I said, I figured she was that for someone. Right. I don't know what else to do other than wait a day or so and see what she shows up. Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. Yeah, but I would think something was up, but she took her stuff. So It's not like somebody forced her to go anywhere. Sure. I mean, sure. She took her clothes, took her, her curling iron and that stuff. So
she wasn't there. Her bags were missing. Her cars were there. Someone must have come get her. She must have gone willingly if her bags were taken, her makeup, all that kind of shit.
I don't know what else to do other than wait a day or so and see what she shows up. Yeah, I don't want to get everybody all fired up. The kids are all fired up with companies. This isn't the first time she's done this, guys. The first thing is she's not communicating with anybody. But the only thing that's really strange too is this time she put her wedding ring in the yeah, she's never done that. Yeah. So she set this on my desk in the office, and she went in. I don't know. Yeah, I guess puzzled. 5 years ago, I'm concerned because my daughter's wondering what the hell's going on.
No, there was no activity on her bank accounts or bank cards, anything like that. Though Dale would also be able to say that she carried a lot, and I mean like a lot of cash with her on her person. So if she had RUNNOFT'd, you wouldn't expect anything online to show up, especially if she didn't want to be found. And before the deputy could leave, Dale shared with him one more thing. Dee had a secret phone. Nobody else knew about this. None of her kids knew who she was close with. None of her colleagues knew who she was close with. In fact, Dee didn't even know her husband knew. If it's that secret and then it vanishes, you probably want to find out what was on that phone.
It's a secret phone that she doesn't know that I know she has it. Why would she care? I have no idea. I've been confronting her about it because I didn't want the confrontation. I know she doesn't know.
Okay.
Well, that
I don't have a fish.
chunk of information there. So she calls, she's got another phone, she calls somebody on that phone, I'm sure.
I mean, yeah, the story. Spoiler alert. There's a few. Dee Warner, born Dee Hardy, was 52 years of age in 2021. She was described by those who knew her as tough, especially when it came to business. She was a real straight shooter, no messing about, no mucking about. She liked to be taken seriously, but she was also extremely kind and extremely funny, just, out of the office. All about her family and her kids. She had 4 grown children from her first marriage, and it appears that Dale met Dee while working together, and both of them, Dee and Dale, were married to other people at the time. Yikes. But, when you know, sparks flew over all fertilizer, farming, all that fuel. Farming things, animal shit. So they both kicked their spouses to the curb, got with each other, and they married in 2006. Together then, about 6 years into their marriage, they would have a daughter. Now they were a little chalk and cheese here. Dee, party girl, loved to go out, get the fancy dresses on, have a little fun. Dale, bit of a dry shite, happy to just sort of stay inside and sit in silence. He didn't get on particularly well with her grown children, and his own kids from his previous marriage, and he had 4 also. They didn't really mingle. Dale could be a bit of a dick when he wanted to be, and you'll never get this. He usually wanted to be. Dale and Dee, though, they began to work together. In fact, that was one of the reasons they kind of bonded so fast to start, was that they wanted to start this business together. In fact, their marriage at times definitely seemed like less of a happy, kissy, lovely marriage, and more of a business arrangement with benefits. They were growing something alongside their marriage, and when I say that, I mean literally. They were growing stuff. They were running a farm together in Franklin Township called War Ag Farms. They also had a chemical company together and a trucking company. DDW Investments, more like BBW Investments. And they ran all 3 of these out of their home/farm/office. Whole thing they had on West Munger Road. Things had been sort of ho-hum as the years went by. The marriage between Dee and Dale had its good spots and its not so good spots, like most marriages. But they met with friends, they went on vacay baby, and the businesses were doing okie dokie, especially the trucking business. And then she was gone.
Since Crime Stoppers of Lenawee County shared information last week about 52-year-old Deanne Warner being missing, the county sheriff says his detectives are responding to a lot of tips from the community.
Obviously, as time goes on, we are more and more concerned about her safety as obviously Mother's Day passed and She was not around and didn't make contact with anybody.
Warner was last seen at her home on Munger Road in Franklin Township on the evening of April 24th and into the early morning of April 25th. There's no information anyone saw her after that. The sheriff believes she doesn't have her cell phone and hasn't posted any updates on Facebook.
Her running away was the only real possibility, though, I mean, highly unlikely that she would actually do that. But all possibilities needed to be looked into. I mean, the former employee she had that fight with the day before she vanishes, had he returned to the house, driven his truck up to the back door, come in with murder on the mind? She lived in the same place that they worked from, so he, knew where she would be this Sunday morning. The case continued, and worried
Hey Mike, how are you?
Everybody.
Thank you for the sub.
Everybody except Dale.
This isn't the first time she's done this, guys.
And the thing about Dale is the reason he wasn't worried was that he seemed content that she had so many secrets, she must have run away to one of her many secrets that she kept from him, that he only had hints about. I mean, he really did begin to believe that she had fled the country. She'd gone away to the Caribbean or Mexico or Barbados, somewhere. That she had left the country and ran away with, some other fella or something. Over the next few days, police came to the property and began to snoop around. They're having a go, as it always starts from ground zero. Dale was questioned again to see if he had anything more for them. He expanded on her being upset the day before, that they had an argument, and from the way he was putting it, she sounded like the person she was in most danger from.
Dang. Who else here right now? Thanks for the reacts. They actually helped me. Hey guys, I'm actually going to restart the stream, okay? I'll be back on here in just a little bit, okay? I'm going to get off for a little bit. Alright, bye guys.